That's very, very articulately mentioned by Doctor. So I want to ask you the next question which I have for you, Dr. Vishali, and that's going to be, what were the changes you started observing internally within you? And you can mention superficial changes and how you changed your complete psyche regarding your transformation, which started to make you believe that this transformation was possible for you.
Yeah. So I would say when I initially started, so some traveling happened and I was out of Delhi for a week and went to my in-laws' place. And my journey had just started. I had just started getting into the momentum of changing my diet, incorporating steps every day, incorporating exercise 5 days a week. And I feel so proud that I stuck to the diet which was given to me. I wouldn't say it's exactly a diet. It is just balancing the macros and micros and getting them into your head कि अच्छा इसमें ये है, इसमें ये ऐसे खाना है, ये ऐसे खाना है. And these things, they help me a lot. And I would like to mention my in-laws here also. So my mother-in-law was so supportive. She used to boil eggs for me in the morning. She never if I have told her कि I will not drink this tea, so she
Hmm.
will not make that for me. You
Wow.
know, so all those things really pushed me up. When people around you are so supportive, why can't you do it?
Hmm.
And so that was another push, I would say. And during the whole 1 week, we were traveling, we were going out and everything. But still, I stuck to my, okay, मुझे इतना प्रोटीन लेना ही है दिन में, मुझे यही करना है. And
Hmm.
I would like to mention here, I never took whey protein. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but then it was all dietary protein which I was consuming. And the one thing was that my in-laws live in Guwahati, and the non-vegetarian is a part of their normal meals. So the chicken, the fish, everything, eggs in the morning. So it was like all three meals had protein. I only had to balance the portions. That's it. And it was so easy for me. And I thought in my mind that uh, why couldn't I do it earlier? Why was I consuming so much of rice and little of chicken, or there was no salad? And it is just the recomposition of what you eat. And if you feel that you are hungry after this, no, that's absolutely wrong. I used to be so full after eating, I never felt like till my next coffee time or dinner time, I never used to have those hunger pangs, that controls your sugar spikes and everything. So incorporating proteins and good fats in your diet, that really help with the sugar spikes and feeling hungry again and everything. So all that, and your mindset just changes. You look at food and you say, oh, अच्छा ये ठीक है, इतना खा लूंगी मैं या इतना खाना चाहिए या ये.
Hmm.
So that is the thing. So that was the one major change I noticed in myself was looking at food differently. Earlier, it was maybe some sort of emotional eating also, because
Right.
that used to happen. You were stressed at work. My job is as such very stressful, being an anesthetist.
Right.
And when I used to come home, I used to think about cases of next day, you
Hmm.
know, and things are happening, and I was going through a tough phase also at that time. But then when you get a focus in your life कि ओके नहीं हेल्थ को बेटर बनाना है, मेरे को अपना बीएमआई नॉर्मल लाना है, तो जब वो आ गया ना एक बार दिमाग में, इट रियली हेल्प मी push away all the negativity also around me, and that positive mindset. And then when I started noticing the weight in the first week itself, I lost 3 kgs. And I was so happy looking at the scales. And I said, okay, I mean, I didn't like bring so much of change in myself. And see, this is the result I'm getting. So why not to continue further and just. And I used to work out only 5 days a week, 2 days were rest days. And those workouts are also not like they will not fatigue you.
Hmm.
So they will build up your muscle strength will come back. My upper body strength was usually next to negligible before that. And now it was like very much. And I used to take 10,000 steps every day, do my workout, have that diet. And at the end of the day, I was not tired at all. That was one major change I noticed. not tired at all. And earlier, I used to keep eating and I used to feel tired also throughout the day. So,
Right.
somehow that balancing the macros have made such a big difference, and, changing your mindset about food, the negating the emotional eating, and, all that energy was really something. I told Amitoj also, I think after the first 10 days, I feel so energetic and I'm eating like, my portion sizes are like very much controlled and I don't feel hungry also. I don't know what I was eating earlier.
Hmm.
So it's like that. So that was two or three major changes I noticed like in the initial 15 days only.
Hmm.
And that helped me. And then, when your family also supports you and everything, because, incorporating different things, like I am a busy professional. I never used to be on the weekly calls with Amitoj also.
Hmm.
एंड बट स्टिल मेंटेनिंग कि अच्छा मेरे को कल ये खाना है तो मेरे किचन में ये है या नहीं है सो
Hmm.
दैट mindfulness okay I'll order it
Hmm.
so you focus your mind to your health that is one major thing which I have really cherished throughout the journey and I've initially my daughter used to say, you don't give time to me. You have become focused on yourself. So I told her, Beta, give me just 3 months. Okay. After that, you will also feel this. I mean, you'll stop feeling all this and you'll be a part of this. And now that is what has happened. She is a part of this. Whatever I eat, she also eats. And I'm so happy, she's eating everything, all the veggies, everything, and she loves it.
Right. That's so
So
amazing.
it's like that.
And even regarding workout, doctor, I'd like for you to narrate that instance जो आपने मुझे पहले बताया था regarding your daughter also working out with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I
yeah.
remember you said that the workouts are not fatiguing in, and then what happened? आप ही बताओ अपनी जुबानी.
So they are basically resistance band based workouts. So earlier also when before joining Amitoj 2 to 3 years prior, I used to work out at home only, do,
Hmm.
you know, planks and variations of planks and everything. And my daughter used to copy me. फिर वो बड़ी हो गई है. Now she's 8.5.
Hmm.
And when I was doing those workouts, she used to imitate me. And I felt so happy, that they are also embracing the healthy lifestyle. And that was such a big support to me. And same with my husband. He started walking. People were amazed to see, okay, he's walking. He's taking rounds around the
Wow.
society, you know, and that has continued. That is such a big, and when your partner also, is a part of your journey, it really helps you.
Hmm. So very wonderful. We were just discussing this prior to the call when we were off record discussing this, that your transformation is not just yours, In the interim, the people who are closer to you, your loved ones, they also get inspired. And I mean, Doctor might not know it, but now she's inspired her next generation as well to emulate her because that is what we've been doing. We've always emulated our parents. Our children are naturally going to emulate us. And I mean, I discussed this time and again that if you gift your children the gift of health and the understanding about what is it to keep your body, which is the only thing that you own in this world, right? At its optimal best, you've literally gifted them a lifetime worth of treasure. Would you agree to that, doctor?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Great. I mean, she has answered so many things, and all these, while she was talking, all the memories kept on coming back on the different phases we went through. And I have to give this to Doctor that although she didn't attend many weekly calls, but her execution was immaculate. I mean, she even outperformed certain people who come on weekly calls, and yet, they take some time to get used to the program. And I remember in the initial call, doctor was like, "What is a tangible aim we can work towards?" And I was like, "Don't worry, minimum 10 kgs we are doing." And that was a feat we reached in like the first 2 months itself. Like she mentioned, losing about 3 kgs in 1 week and realizing that, wow, this thing works. So then I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's, go past the 15 kg mark as well. And she did it all through, you'll see her before after pictures. We'll also flash her reports if she sends them to us and how things changed in regard to her health. But I can tell you, the person that I'm seeing, sitting on the opposite end of the screen is a completely different person than what I saw 3.5 months ago. So I'm so very proud, and kudos to you, doctor, that you executed everything so relentlessly, and it's all your hard work. So if I ask you this question, okay, now I'm taking you to the tricky part of the interview, that if you had to share one learning that you've learned in these 3 months through this program, which stood out for you, which you would like to exhibit and let everyone know, what would that be and why?
So for me, the learning has been mindfulness, keeping yourself as a priority, your health as a priority,
Mm,
and rest everything falls in place. It's like we always think, no, my priority is this, my priority is this, and your health always comes at the last. You think about yourself being an Indian woman कि नहीं, ये सब कर लेते हैं, मेरा तो हो जाएगा, कोई बात नहीं, types, that nature. But then prioritizing myself and, exhibiting that sort of mindfulness has been a part of my nature now,
mm,
you know. So whenever I analyze also any situation, so it is like, where do I stand in this?
mm,
I won't say that I've become selfish or anything, but then, how it's going to affect me. Earlier, I used to prioritize others over me. Like, okay, अच्छा इसने मेरे से ये मांगा, how can I refuse यार? नहीं, मेरे को करना है, या जो भी है. Whether it is affecting you as a person
mm,
or your entire work schedule, your entire journey, everything it's affecting, but still nahi, usne bola hai karna hai. So it's like now I think about both the parts. Now I think about them also, I think about myself also, and then I take my time to decide.
mm.
So that mindfulness and prioritizing myself has been really a boon for me, I would say,
Lovely.
you know and I want to carry it along throughout my life because that somehow helps you in every situation. Like
Right,
whether it's a
right.
professional situation, it's a personal situation, it helps you. So always prioritize yourself. You should see, okay, if I take this decision, where do I stand? How it's going to affect me? And that mindfulness has come once I started prioritizing myself. Okay, what am I eating? What is coming into my house?
Mm,
What am I ordering? Whether, and I would say ki, first call I had with Amitoj, I was thinking, okay, I'm having a Zoom call with a diet coach. So maybe he will ask me about my schedule, my diet, my, okay, whether I do exercise. I mean, these questions were a part of initial call, but then they consumed, I think, only hardly 5 minutes of that. We had a 1.5 hour call
mm,
that day.
mm,
And the way he asked me about things, I was like, I opened up to him like in the way I have not opened up to anybody in a longer time. Like, the things he asked me, like learning about the mindset of the other person. That is most important. Okay, अच्छा अगर रोड ब्लॉक्स आ भी गए तो ये कैसे सोचेगा? या you know the way Amitoj asked me कि okay आपने पहले भी ट्राई किया है for weight loss and what happened after that? आप तो कर रहे थे, अच्छा जा रहा था, you lost also, then what happened?
mm,
I told him okay ये हो गया लाइफ में, ये मेजर चेंज आ गया, ये वो. So he said कि नहीं, अगर ये दोबारा से लाइफ में आएगा तो फिर से रुक जाओगे. So that gave me a sort of thought कि yeah, he's right. मतलब why will I stop? You
mm,
know, these things they keep happening. It's a part of life. Life कभी straight line नहीं चलती है ना, तो crest और trough तो आते रहेंगे.
mm,
So you have to prioritize yourself. Somehow that initial call really made me कि नहीं करना है. And body was also giving me many clues कि नहीं वैशाली बहुत हो गया है. Now we need to lose. And so that is the one thing which I say the major learning has been the mindfulness and prioritize myself,
mm,
I would say. And thank you, Amitoj, for, giving me that sort of, I mean, like, I see you as a coach only. I have told my friends also, people who ask me कि कैसे किया, अच्छा उसने डाइट दिया, अच्छा उसने एक्सरसाइज दिया, तो यू डू एवरी डे. मैंने कहा नहीं, कभी कभी नहीं भी होता है तो वो डांटते नहीं है. मतलब कि तुमने अच्छा कल का ये वर्कआउट मिस कर दिया, ओ नाउ यू हैव गेन्ड, ऐसा नहीं होता है. सो इट इज लाइक कि आपको देखना है, लाइफ ऐसे नहीं चलती है कि सोच लिया 3 महीने में इतना लूज करना है, इतना लूज करना है, लेकिन यू हैव टू बी लाइक वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट, देयर मे बी डेज इन योर लाइफ वेयर यू डोंट फील लाइक, और मे बी वेयर योर शेड्यूल इज नॉट अलाउइंग यू टू डू, बट स्टिल आपको पता है कि मैंने पिछले दिन नहीं किया था, अगले दिन मेरे पास टाइम है, आप में खुद में माइंडफुलनेस है कि मैंने कितनी बार किया है, मैंने हफ्ते में इनिशियल 2 डेज वर्कआउट नहीं किया, आई
हम्म
वुड से टू हिम ऑल्सो ड्यूरिंग डेली चेक इन कि नहीं मैंने नहीं किया है, एंड देन फॉर द नेक्स्ट 3 डेज आई विल फिनिश उन 2 दिनों का भी वर्कआउट,
हम्म
इट इज लाइक दैट. सो दैट इज द वन मेजर लर्निंग दैट आई हैव लर्नड, आई वुड से.
Beautiful. So beautiful. I mean, मैंने एक learning मांगी थी. She has summarized the entire journey. And I'm very sure people who are going to be watching this are going to get a ton of value from this. I'm very sure about that. And mindfulness, मुझे, even I was having flashbacks about the lovely conversation that the doctor and I had. And मुझे अभी भी याद है ये डिस्कशन हुई थी हमारी कि लाइफ की कितनी सारी चीजें हैं जिनमें तो आप नहीं रुके, राइट? तो आपकी हेल्थ एक ऐसी चीज क्यों है जिसमें आप रुक गए? बिकॉज शी इज नॉट जस्ट, आई मीन शी हैज अ वेरी स्ट्रेसफुल जॉब, एनेस्थीसिया किसी को देना, मतलब मुझे तो खुद डर था कि इनका वेट लॉस नहीं होगा तो मुझे ना दे दे. तो jokes aside, so I mean she has a very stressful job. She is a mother of a 8 year old. She's a wife. She takes care of her house and she also takes care of patients at work. It is not easy. But if she has shown such relentless persistence in all areas of her life and she has stood out, तो मुझे पता था कि हेल्थ में भी it was only a matter of time that she would stand out. And बाकी she is absolutely right about the fact that life will never be linear. ऊपर नीचे चलती रहेगी. अगर फिटनेस आपकी लाइफ का एक कांस्टेंट पार्ट है, जैसे कि आपकी फैमिली है या फिर आपका काम है, तो यू विल फाइंड अ वे टू डू इट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वी डिड. एंड अभी भी हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड that doctor ended up eating good food for a couple of days and weight ended up coming down, and मैं वही समझा रहा था कि ऐसा हुआ क्यों. सो दैट्स रियली अमेजिंग. सो डॉक्टर एक बात बताओ, आपने 17 kgs लूज किया, ठीक है, आपने वर्कआउट भी किए, अपनी डॉटर को भी कराया, तो सब लोग सोचते हैं कि आपने तो उबला हुआ खाना ही खाया होगा, मतलब, या फिर बहुत आपने वर्कआउट किया होगा, सारा दिन आप कार्डियो मशीन पे भागते रहे होगे और 100-200 किलो वेट उठाया होगा. सो हाउ इज दिस अप्रोच डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द क्विंटेसेंशियल अप्रोचेस विच स्केयर पीपल कि उबला हुआ खाना खाना पड़ेगा या सारा दिन जिम में रहना पड़ेगा? So yeah, the stage is yours.
So, like I said earlier also that you know, for me it was with initial 10 days only I came to understand it that it is just balancing the macros that has worked out for me. Earlier my plate used to be lots of rice, या फिर 2 रोटी या 3 रोटी, and then a little of dal, sabzi, salad, कभी लिया तो लिया, मन कर रहा है, नहीं कर रहा तो नहीं लिया. Then eating out, then so all this was a part of my lifestyle. I would say as a compulsory because you come home tired and you feel like कि नहीं मेरे को कुछ नहीं करना. There used to be days where I used to feel कि नहीं मेरे को ना घर आके बस मुझे कोई I always used to have a carb-rich snack whenever I used to come back home. I used to feel so hungry after coming back from work, and there used to be a cup of tea. I told Amitoj also during the initial call. There are days when I feel कि मेरे को बस चाय दे दो और मेरा वो स्नैक दे दो, and I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yes.
I'm sure सबकी लाइफ में ऐसे डेज आते हैं, and to my surprise, after I have changed my macros, मैंने proportions change किए हैं, मेरे को ना एक भी दिन ऐसा याद नहीं है last 3.5 months में where I have come home and I felt like कि नहीं मेरे को बस ये खाना है और मेरे को बैठना है, मेरे को किसी से बात नहीं करनी है. Somehow that uplifts your mood also. So food is directly related to your mood also. So
Yes.
that's how you emotionally eat ना. So मैंने कोई उबला हुआ खाना नहीं खाया, मैंने घर का बना हुआ खाना खाया है. एंड आई वुड से इन द प्रोसेस वे लाइक आई ईट चिकन एंड फिश and eggs. So, in the process, I have learned such beautiful recipes, and those recipes are part of my diet now. And to my surprise, it takes only hardly 5 to 10 minutes to make it. And it's so yummy. I can't tell you. Like, if Amitoj would share those pictures on Instagram, probably
I will do
sometime.
that on this interview
And,
itself.
Yeah. So, the meal used to be so tasty, and like my daughter is in awe. Like the chicken breast, which I make, it hardly takes 10 minutes to make, and it has become a huge part of my life. Like, and I can have that chicken breast every meal.
Mm.
And so in the process, I've learned so many new things also. So Amitoj, ASF has shared beautiful recipes. I made only two of them, and I just love them. बाकी तो मैंने अभी ट्राई करने हैं, मैंने अभी करे भी नहीं है. बट सो मैं वही कह रही हूँ कि कोई उबला हुआ खाना नहीं खाया, बस मैंने मे बी वन रोटी कर दिया, या मैंने थोड़े राइस कम कर दिया. एंड प्रोटीन इज एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ माई मील. सो 25 ग्राम प्रोटीन होना ही होना है इन माई डाइट इन एनी फॉर्म. सो दैट अमितोज इज अ मास्टर एट, सो ही विल टेल यू कि ओके इसमें इतना है, इसमें इतना है, तो तुम इतना खाओगे. बट so that way I would say कि food is an integral part, and once you have that protein ना, तो आपको कार्ब्स की ना कोई क्रेविंग ही नहीं होती है. यू जस्ट हैव इट फॉर हैविंग इट, मतलब आपको खाना है बस, और कुछ नहीं है. एंड टिल द नेक्स्ट मील यू डोंट फील हंग्री ऑल्सो, इवन इफ लाइक आई कीप वॉकिंग. आई डू 15,000 steps a day. Like from the last 1.5 month I've been doing 15K steps a day. So you would feel कि नहीं मैं तो थक जाऊंगी by the end of the day. Till the time I hit the bed, I'm not tired. That is the biggest part of my journey, and that I have felt every day. And in the process I trained my maid also at home, who cooks, who cooks the normal food, the dal sabzi chawal roti wala, to how to make food in minimal oil. So
Mm.
that was also a way of learning. तो my maid told me, दीदी मुझे नहीं पता था कि 1 चम्मच तेल में भी सब्जी बन जाती है. तो
Wow.
मैंने कहा बनती है. तो दैट्स हाउ. सो द होल इनटेक अर्लियर हमारे घर में द ऑयल यू कंजम्पशन यूज टू बी सो हाई. अब तो बिल्कुल ही रिड्यूस हो गई है. एंड सो दैट वे आई वुड से कि मैंने बहुत टेस्टी खाना खाया है, एंड दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ माई लाइफ स्टाइल. आई एम गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू विद इट. एंड मैंने कोई उबला हुआ खाना नहीं खाया. यू डोंट नीड टू ईट ब्रोकली एंड उबला हुआ खाना और सैलेड्स टू लूज वेट. It's just the balancing your macros, which is the key.
Wow, it's so well articulately explained. I think for those who are watching, आप लोगों को I think Dr. Vaishali has given you the entire recipe to what her success has been like, and it's going to help. And her recipes, जो ये photos मुझे खाने की भेजती थी, I mean, we are very soon going to be meeting in person, and she's probably going to make that chicken breast for me as well. But just to give you, I mean, we have recipe experts within our ecosystem as well. Dr. Vishali is amazing at cooking non-vegetarian food. Then we have Prashant, her friend Isha. They are vegetarians. So that is what I always say, that we are living in times wherein eating healthy at this point is very, very easy, just if you're mindful about it. And that mindfulness is what Dr. Vishali is explaining you today. So, final question to you, Doctor, and that is going to be, Ab, such great feats have been accomplished, achieved, right? And it's not just a transformation, it's a metamorphosis in your case. I mean, you've also changed the way you think. And that is so very heartwarming to see on my end as a coach. तो मेरे यही आपसे दो क्वेश्चंस हैं. पहला, अब फ्यूचर प्लान्स क्या हैं? You have literally, turned the tables around. And now, I mean,
19
fitness
hours.
is something that is not just, a distant dream, but a reality for you. And second, what would you say to the people who are watching you on this video, who are busy professionals like you, right? They have stuff that stops them, but उनको कहीं ना कहीं पता है, their body is also giving them a wake up call कि अब time आ गया है शुरू करने का. So what would you tell them in order to get, enrolled like you did with us, or what were the things that they can do probably to improve their situation?
So, I would say future plans. I wish to continue this because this has become a discipline, a sort of day-to-day activity for me. Now, being an anesthetist, we are in the OT all the time. And, you know, to my surprise, I don't feel like sitting. Like after I want to keep walking in the OT, and everybody is like कि क्या हो गया मैम, आप क्यों इतना चल रहे हो? तो मैं कहा I can't sit. somehow it has become a part of me. मैं बैठती हूँ तो मुझे लगता है नहीं, लेजीनेस आ रही है, मेरे को नहीं बैठना है. It has come from within. तो मेरा फ्यूचर यही है कि आई विश टू कंटिन्यू लाइक दिस. आई विश टू कंटिन्यू द फूड आई एम ईटिंग, and I eat everything, like, but in moderation, I would say. And protein has to be an integral part of my meal, so I wish to continue like this. And maybe I have just entered into a healthy BMI range for myself.
Hmm.
And for future, maybe I want to get to my ideal BMI.
Wow.
Okay, very soon. And let's see. And keeping my fingers crossed for that. And like, to people who are watching this, I would say, see, everybody's life is different. Everybody comes from a different background, and everybody comes from a different dietary background also, I would say. One is your social circle, one is your dietary background also. So my dietary background, I belong to Himachal, so we are a predominant, since childhood I've eaten carb rich diet every time, so protein has never been a part of it, like integral part of it, I would say. And so I wish to continue with this mindset, that somehow, and after you turn 40, and the strength training and protein, these two should be integral parts of your life daily activity, you know which will help you sustain your life longer in a healthy way, I would say. So this I've realized, this I knew, being a doctor I know कि okay, ये सब चाहिए होता है, but वो एक वेकअप कॉल चाहिए होती है. तो मेरे केस में भी आई थी, मैंने इग्नोर करी, बहुत 2-3 महीने इग्नोर करी, बट देन I thought कि no, okay, नहीं, this is getting too much. And then you have a positive influence in your friend circle. So my very good friend Prashant, he introduced me to Amitosh. And seeing his transformation, it was like, नहीं, मुझे भी करना है, बहुत हो गया अब. So that's how it started. And I wish to continue like this. And I would say कि just balancing your macros, just having protein with every meal. Do a little bit of workout. I work out only 30 minutes a day, that too at home with resistance bands. You know, that has helped me a lot. And my clothes fit so much better, I would say. My initial call with Amitoj, I told him कि यार he asked me कि क्या चाहिए, क्या मतलब fit क्यों होना है, क्या चाहिए.
Hmm.
तो एक तो था कि हेल्दी बीएमआई में आना है, और एक था कि नहीं यार, कपड़े तो आप बहुत खरीदते हो,
Hmm.
लग रहा है उस पर बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, तुम पे भी तो अच्छा लगना चाहिए ना. सो इट्स लाइक आप लेते उस ढंग से हो कि, लेकिन जब आप पहनते हो, आप यू डोंट लुक सो गुड इन दैट. सो इट्स लाइक दैट. एंड नाउ आई फील लाइक आई कैन कैरी एवरीथिंग. आई यूज्ड टू कैरी एवरीथिंग अर्लियर ऑल्सो, बट देन अब मुझे ना कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल इतना मेरा अच्छा हो गया है कि नहीं, ओके, नाउ आई कैन कैरी एवरीथिंग. And somehow I wish to continue like this. This has been part of my daily lifestyle. I have trained my maid also now. So my whole household has revolved around this. And both my husband and daughter are also an integral part of it now. So to anybody listening this, I would say it just takes, just a wake up call. Just watch out for your wake up call. Don't ignore it. And uh, Amitoj is a perfect coach, I would say. He's not a diet coach. I just want to emphasize on that. He's a mindset coach. He'll change your mindset. उसके बाद आप ही करोगे जो भी करोगे. You know, he will not, although you will give your daily check-ins and everything, but changing the mindset is the most important thing which you have to do. Everything, your food, your diet, everything is controlled from here. सो दिस हैज टू चेंज. इफ दिस डजंट चेंज, आप इसलिए कर रहे हो कि यार 3 महीने में मैंने तो 15 किलो लूज करना है, उसके बाद देखेंगे. तो मेरा फोकस कभी भी वेट पे नहीं था. मेरे को था कि ऐसी सस्टेनेबल एक्टिविटीज करनी है जो मैं हमेशा कर पाऊँ, और वो मैं कर लेती हूँ. सो देयर वर डेज व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू कम होम टायर्ड, एंड कुछ प्रोटीन सोर्स होता नहीं था, और मेरे पास टाइम नहीं होता था ऑर्डर करने का. सो ठीक है, फॉर दैट वन मील यू स्किप, बट यू डोंट फील गिल्टी अबाउट इट ना. आप नेक्स्ट डे उसको कवर अप कर लो.
Hmm.
सो इट इज लाइक दैट. सो एंड इट इज लाइक सो, आई वुड से, like, it's adjusting to your lifestyle, your dietary lifestyle. Everything, he will give you diet according to what you eat. Even for vegetarians or non-vegetarians. Earlier, I never used to have soya. Like न्यूट्रेला was never a part of my household kitchen. मतलब कभी नहीं आता था, आता भी था तो वो एक्सपायर होके फेंक दिया जाता था. But now I feel, I know you make such healthy and such yummy recipes with soya. Now
Hmm.
I make them every day,
Hmm.
and my daughter also enjoys it. So that way, I think to anybody listening, just watch out for your wake up call and contact Amitoj. I would say he's an amazing person. He's really changed me as a person, I would say.
Thank you
Like
so
weight
much.
loss is one part of it.
This is so wonderfully said. And ये जो recipes की बात कर रही थी डॉक्टर, that is of course we have a full-fledged recipe book, then video recipes as well, जहाँ से हम लोग recipes share भी करते हैं. And also we have a superstars group जहाँ पे कोई ना कोई नई recipes हम लोग बना के डालते रहते हैं, and then everybody benefits from them. मुझे आप अभी बोल रहे थे प्रशांत की ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का, मुझे ये चीज रियलाइज हुई that not only has Vishali metamorphosized into what she wanted to be a sustainable lifestyle, she has also emulated her friend who had also lost 17 kgs with us. तो पहली जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन थी प्रशांत की, उन्होंने भी 17 kgs lose किया था exactly in the first phase that he was there at, and she has exactly done and emulated him in the very same time frame as well, and I think a little less as well because Prashant ke sath we had to work on muscle gain as well and ahead as well. I would say that if doctor decides to get ahead and work further on idealizing her BMI, like right now she said it's in the ideal healthy range, but now it should also come into the ideal range. We'll be more than happy to assist her, but again that's a call which doctor will take very soon and we'll get to know how it's supposed to be. So I would just say, guys, that it was a very, very in-depth interview. I mean, it was straight from the heart. Take my word for it. We both were predominantly, really, I mean, connected with an invisible wire, and that is the wire which has, I would say, metamorphosized not just her but our relationship as well. So I would say this concludes the interview. I would like to thank you so much, doctor, for taking out
Thank
your bona fide, your taking out time from your busy schedule, and I wish you all the success that you desire in life. And I pray that you keep crushing it and improve and maintain the results that you have achieved so far. And guys, this is it. I hope you received some value out of this interview. And most importantly, got excited, motivated, and decision oriented to begin your transformation and fitness journey with us. Not 6 months into the future, not tomorrow, not a month later, but today itself. So, whatever your fitness goals, we here at Team ASF are here to help you achieve them in a quick, rightful, and sustainable manner. We are soon going to be back with another detailed testimonial interview. Until then, I'm Coach Amitoj from Team ASF, and with me is our very, very lovely Dr. Vishali. Thank you so much, Doctor. I'll
thank
see
you.
you
Thank
later.
you, Amitoj. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.